Today I'm going to put together my CNC. Never used one before. This was gifted to me by my wife, and I've been sitting on it for like 6 months because I haven't had time to do it. Let's put this baby together. Here's a parts list, package list. It's it right there. Some cool stickers. A list of recommendations of like add-ons and things you can get. And dust shoes and bench vise, laser kit, spindle kit, all good stuff. You see, it's recessed on this side so the head of the screw can sit in it. I had it with this side facing up, so I have to flip it. Now that all the screws are in, I'm just going to push it in one direction so that it lines up with the grooves, and then make sure that they're lined up together and tighten it all down. This is easy to afford, so I'll type this. Now we're doing this. Step 3. Need 4 of these. I like this little kit. 4 of these guys. Now we need this guy. Everything's labeled. You got the X-axis. You got the X limit. You got the work light. And you got the Z limit and the Z motor. So this is the X-axis and the up and down, the Z. So it looks like in the diagram, this side here is L1, and then that's, Y1 and Y2. So, and this side, the left side is Y1, and it looks like this is mounted just like that. You see all these bolts? You can see it on the diagram. Where the other side has the Z motor, the X motor. You need 4 of those M5 by 12 millimeter bolts, 4 washers, and the spindle holder. Put it right here. This came with this spindle. This comes with 2 spindle holders, a 52 millimeter and a 65 millimeter. But it came with this spindle, which fits the smaller of the 2 holders. So I'm gonna use this one. I'll put this one aside. Now the spindle. Four of those. You can only mount these on Y2. Oh, this guy right here and that guy right there. You see here, Y2. You see the holes right there? And the holes right there. This has a shorter side and a long side. Very similar, but this side's longer. And in the photos, you can see the longer side is laying on the bottom. Two of the same bolts again, the little tiny ones, and this guy. So in the photo you can see that's the little bracket we just mounted, so that's the Y2 side, and then this guy's getting mounted right here. This was in the same bag with those two brackets we mounted. And then we have the controller. It looks like Dr. Octavius. And then two of these screws. So you can see in the photo, the bracket has a specific shape, right? It's like almost straight here, and then there's a steeper angle. And you can see that that's how it's mounted, like this, underneath it. Controller with a bracket, of 7, I mean 8. And now we're gonna mount with 2 screws and 2 T-nuts. So these, and then 2 of those. The T-nuts have a little angle to them, and the angle should be facing up. I put this one upside down, so I gotta flip it. This one I put on the right way. You can see what I mean. See how it's tapered? This one's upside down. So this controller goes in the front of the CNC, or like this. You see it right there? And you see the spindles right here? And you don't see the brackets on this side. So what we're gonna do is, I have the CNC hanging off the table a little bit, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this leg so that I can take the T-nut that's on the controller and slide it into this T-track. Using the second largest monkey. You see how the leg is on there, the little T? Same principle for the controller. So the little T's are gonna go in this little groove right here. The next photo, you need 4 of these. So this piece here that you see is this next step. Goes here and around. But then the next step has another one of those drag chains mounted across that bracket behind the spindle. And that's what the second half is. It's just that they already ran the cables through it. So I have to attach this portion here and on that bracket on the other side, right here. And then this piece will be attached on the bracket running behind this cross member here. Is to add that drag chain across the front cross member here, which is this guy. 4 more of these screws.
pull the cable a little bit, need some room, I don't want to go I want 22. That cable is. I'll fold up. I'm gonna have it here. So I'm going to pull the cable. Yeah. Again, these balls at the end of the angle, allow you to hold it slightly at an angle and still rotate that. So it's just when you can't go and get inside the wires. So I'll get this right now. I'm going to get them first. I'm going to push them on this side. Get the wire out of the way. Put this here on the side.
Now we connect all the wires. X limit. So it's connected. X motor. So just connect it right here. The Z limit here. This is the Z motor. Connectors on this side. And that's the connector right there. That's it. The Y1 limit is on the bottom here. Y2 motor here. Connectors are here. This is for spindle. And this has spindle 1 and spindle 2. You have to put in spindle 1. And the final cable for Y2 motor runs underneath this bracket where the cable chase guardrail, I forgot what it's called, where that is. So you can see the cable's under here, and there's 3 clips. 1 clip here, 1 clip here, and 1 clip here. And it comes around and connects to the motor right there. That's it. It's fully assembled. There's a few things that we still need to do to this before we can use it. And there's a few parts that came in the box that weren't covered in the assembly. Namely, there's power cord with the power adapter, so you can power it up. There's some spare parts. It looks like a USB cable, probably for the controller, and there's a thumb drive in here. I'm not sure what that's for. I'll look at the manual. There's a spare belt. There's the Z probe, so you can set your depth, I'm assuming. There's a little brush. A limit switch. There's a few limit switches on here. I can see one right here, another one right here. So I'm assuming this is a spare part. Some hold downs or clamps, and then some bits. So this is it for today. I'll continue the assembly at another time. It took about 90 minutes or so to put it together while I was recording, moving the camera and setting everything up. It's a new process for me, so it took a little longer than I probably could have done it faster if I was just assembling it. And I've never put something like this together, but overall the documentation was pretty solid. It came with all the tools you need. Everything's labeled. I mean, even the connectors, everything's labeled. Fantastic. I can't wait to use this. I'll get it up and running and I'll record that and share it with you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and let's see what we can make with this.